You're watching UNICEF Television. Papua, Indonesia's easternmost province, a wild, untamed region full of hope and promise. But as Papua develops, it faces a new threat, one that could wipe out entire communities: HIV/AIDS. Per capita, the province is the worst affected in the country, and young people the most vulnerable. 19-year-old Kebena was infected with HIV when she was in high school, but although she was often sick, it took several years before she was diagnosed, and even then, she was one of the last in her family to know.
I was staying with my auntie at the time. I didn't know about my sickness, but they did. They would always separate everything. Plates, even the bucket in the bathroom. They separated that too.
It wasn't until Kebena was put in touch with Nurse Siti of the Jayapura support group that she began to see that she still had a future. Now pregnant, that also meant a future for her unborn child.
If they're already pregnant, then we tell them how to prevent the unborn child from contracting HIV, and there's also education about how to prevent spreading the disease to others.
Kebena's child now lives with her parents. She stays here at the support group, helping out with daily chores. Her baby is a year now and shows no sign of the disease.
The result was negative. Yes, he was born by cesarean. Since I was 4 months pregnant, Nurse Siti and friends stayed with me until my son was born.
Just an hour's flight away lies Manokwari, where UNICEF is working to raise awareness about HIV/AIDS among young people. Here another young girl who faces the same challenges as any other teenager. But this 17-year-old is looking to the future, hoping to make it to university and see the world. And she has a better chance with a good education that includes information about HIV/AIDS.
The head of each class is responsible for explaining about HIV/AIDS, about the causes and the difference between HIV and AIDS.
UNICEF also supports youth advocates who spread the message. Jenny and Deborah were given training in the basics of broadcasting and now host a weekly radio show that covers topics like HIV/AIDS.
There are a lot of young people here in Papua who engage in high-risk behavior, but they don't want to know what AIDS is. They say, "Oh, AIDS, it's nothing special."
But getting information out about HIV/AIDS means reaching remote villages. A 6-hour drive through rough terrain brings UNICEF and a team of youth advocates to the isolated village of Mbenti, home to about 100 families. A traditional Arfak welcome dance awaits the group, who have come to warn parents and their children that when they leave the village, they risk bringing the virus back with them. UNICEF conducts these village meetings in dozens of far-flung areas. Anton Wongor, a father of 4, says information about HIV/AIDS is very important because many children, like his own, must leave home to attend junior and senior high school in the city.
It should be that all students learn about HIV/AIDS. It's very important for the future. We don't want this disease to spread and kill Papuans. And that includes the Arfak mountain people.
Experts predict that by the year 2010, more than 1 million Indonesians will be infected with HIV. They say without intense intervention now, isolated villages like Mbenti and the ethnic groups like Arfak could eventually be wiped out. This is Susanna Dane of UNICEF Television, Unite for Children.